You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early edition spoilers for June 23rd through the 27th. Tony is back and EJ may need some help from his big brother. Plus, there is a proposal. And guess who's pulling out a ring? I'll tell you in just a second. As we always do on early edition day, we're going to start with what's coming the rest of this week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Hit that subscribe button if you are not already following us. So on Wednesday, June 18th, Bo and Hope are talking about their plans for the future. They spent some time sitting in Horton Town Square and they are talking about Tom and Alice Horton, you know, Hope's family, all that good stuff. They also talk about her father, Doug, and how he was not initially a fan of Bo and didn't think he was good enough for his princess, his little girl, Hope. Bo and Hope also dress up bizarrely in some vintage clothes they find in the attic. Looks like maybe some old duds that once belonged to Tom and Alice or some other people in the family. And while they're all dressed up, Bo is going to propose to Hope. He drops down to one knee. He wants to get this reunion back in the right way. It's a very romantic, fresh start. And Bo even has a ring to slip on Hope's finger, and she is absolutely stunned. I'm guessing she's gonna say yes. She has been waiting for him to come out of that coma for a while, so this is a big reboot. Bo and Hope hit the sheets. They make love. It's the first time, I think, in a decade they've been intimate. They cuddle and they decide to leave Salem together. And if that's it, to me, that's a very short return arc, but we get what we get. At least they are reunited. As Hope and Bo talk, we're also going to get some brand new flashback scenes of young Tom and Alice Horton's lives. I hope they're going to mix in some classic flashback scenes as well, but we'll find out. Thursday, June 19th, Chanel turns to her mom, Paulina, for comfort. I'm sure the topic is stress about Johnny and adoption regrets after she talked to Tate and found out Sophia and Tate's baby is coming soon and they still don't have any adoptive parents. But, you know, Johnny's attitude is he's not ready to be a dad and he doesn't think he deserves to be a dad. He doesn't even think that he deserves to be John Black's namesake. So there's just a whole lot to process there. Reckell has a nightmare sleeping on Marlena's couch this week, and it's going to really worry her grandmother. Reckell was screaming about the night that EJ was shot. And of course, she claims that she saw Johnny with a gun, which seems accurate, but she seems to believe that Johnny shot him. I wonder if Reckell is having a memory lapse and doesn't remember that she shot her uncle, as our leaker says she did. Belle is there to comfort her mom, Marlena, who's probably going to need a lot of comforting. In an undated spoiler for later this week, we have Brady Black with his daughter Reckell up at the hospital, and she and Marlena are smiling and hugging. EJ and Johnny have a serious talk on Thursday. EJ may confirm to his son that he knows Johnny shot him. However, again, I don't think he did, and EJ's son has been grilled extensively by other people on the subject, and he's never confirmed it. He has denied it. Of course, I think Johnny didn't do it, but I wonder if he will tell EJ definitely he didn't shoot him, but he really wanted to, which is accurate because we all know he did want to put a bullet or two into his dad for raping his mom. Also on Thursday, Jada and Kate are stunned because Phillip Kiriakis is going to stick by his version of events and insist that his brother Xander did not assault him. We all know he did. We all saw it happen. DA Belle Black also shows up at Phillip's bedside at the hospital to grill him, and Belle insists she knows that Phillip is lying to cover for Xander, and she wants to know why. But Phillip stands firm, and she's not going to get anything from him. Meanwhile, Sarah is taken aback by Xander, who plans to push to exercise his parental and visitation rights with Victoria now that Phillip is lying to cover for him. Now, Sarah still knows 100% that Xander attacked Phillip, but when the victim won't, give any credence to it, it's not going to help her out in custody court if it comes down to it. On Friday, June 20th, we're going to see Chad DiMera, the recently returned Tony DiMera, and EJ DiMera having a brotherly outing over to the bistro. They are sharing a drink, good times. And I wonder when they're alone if EJ is going to talk to Tony about his issues with Johnny. He can't talk about it in front of Chad because he's running the Salem Spectator. And when your brother's a journalist, that's an issue, especially since the Spectator is currently investigating the whodunit. Plus, Marlena gets her annual checkup from Sarah. Hopefully there won't be any cause for concern, just extreme grief at this point. Paulina and Abe celebrate their Juneteenth wedding anniversary with Chanel over at the bistro, and the family has a heartfelt and honest talk. Brady comes at EJ with information that he has, and if you remember, Kristen had told Brady about Rachel's nightmare about Johnny, but then Kristen circled back around and told Brady he could never tell anybody that Rachel saw Johnny with the gun. That was the whole condition to Kristen getting her mom back from wherever EJ had stashed her. But Brady may sidestep Kristen to confront EJ because of Rachel's nightmare. Also on Friday, it is high school graduation day. We've got a lot of complicated emotions. Sophia wants Tate, Aaron wants Sophia, Tate wants Holly, and she wants Tate, but she might also want Doug 3, but doesn't know that he's been boinking Ari. So things get even messier when Sophia goes into labor on graduation day. Will she and Tate have to miss the ceremony? Maybe. Also, did anybody notice the talk with Tate and Aaron about using protection and being unlucky? Something is still there. The week of June 23rd through the 27th, Sophia gives birth. And after Aaron talking to Tate about protection and bad luck about the whole Sophia thing, I still think that Aaron and Sophia were doing the Netflix and chill and got sloppy, and Aaron may yet be her baby daddy. We may have a paternity twist because it is Salem. Chanel's going to be really regretful now that Sophia has given birth and there are no adoptive parents in the picture. Can Chanel convince Johnny to change his mind? Maybe that heart-to-heart talk he had with EJ the prior week will break something loose. Will is still in town, He and Sunny might want another child since their nest is empty now that Ariana has graduated and moved out. Xander is insisting he wants his time with Victoria, and Phillip's going to be getting out of the hospital, and he is determined to help put Xander's life back together and undo the damage that he did. Thomas DiMera has scenes with Chad soon. With Bo and Hope exiting Salem, we're probably going to get some off-screen mentions since they are supposed to be in business with Patch now. EJ has growing concerns about Johnny's fate now that Brady confronted him, and DiMera henchwoman Rita has upcoming scenes, and I'm guessing EJ has her looking into something else to do with the shooting.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.